This textbook is intended to help the user learn how to apply statistics to tolerance stacks. The book is downloaded in PDF format. You can view it on your computer, or your iPod, or iPad, or other devices that read PDF files. The book starts out talking about why we apply statistics to stacks. The book defines mean and standard deviation. Once we understand mean and standard deviation, we have defined the distribution. Now we can draw conclusions about how many parts per million will fall within versus outside the spec limits. In order to understand our results, we must understand capability. The book discusses the definitions and meanings of CP and CPK. Now we can discuss the most commonly used tool, which is root sum squared, or RSS. The book explains how to perform RSS. In order to properly understand how to use RSS, we need to understand the assumptions that go into it. The book derives RSS and talks about the assumptions that are made by RSS. Once we thoroughly understand RSS, we can use it to tell us where our spec limits fall on the distribution curve. Now we can make some intelligent decisions about safety factors based on how many parts per million can be allowed to fall outside the spec limits. No discussion about statistics would be complete without discussing Monte Carlo and some of the more advanced tools that use the Monte Carlo analysis. We can never overstate the importance of understanding the output from the more complex Monte Carlo tools. For those who do not have access to the more complex Monte Carlo tools, the next best thing is a direct calculation that accounts for the capabilities of the processes that affect the stack. Whether we use one of the more advanced tools or a direct calculation, we must know or make some educated assumptions about the capabilities of the manufacturing processes that correspond to the individual components of the tolerance stack. If the processes are already established, we can learn what the capabilities are. If we are in a design phase, we can specify what the capabilities should be. Those capabilities tend to get specified based on loss functions. Some loss functions dictate a high capability requirement. Some loss functions dictate a medium capability requirement. And some loss functions allow a low capability requirement. If we are going to specify process capability, we must understand what it means in terms of parts per million inside and outside the spec limits. In real products, we must often relate parts per million outside the spec limits to products per million that may fail when a given product contains more than one instance of a given part. When we do a statistical stack, we calculate contribution from the components differently than we do in a limit stack. Finally, when we do statistical stacks, we must understand how to handle substacks. This book includes a simple process for including substacks in a statistical stack. Dimensional Consulting also offers a stacks wizard, which is a computer program that prompts the user for appropriate information and then creates the stack. Dimensional Consulting also offers on-site training for fundamentals of GD&T, tolerance stacks, and applying statistics to tolerance stacks. For more information, contact dslopsma@gmail.com. And don't forget to go to www.lulu.com and search for tolerance stacks in order to find the Tolerance Stacks ebook and the Applying Statistics to Tolerance Stacks ebook.